This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to Investment Perspectives, everybody. I'm Brad Kimes, and I'm glad you're here. Just make sure I have my volume right this morning before we get going. All right, so I wanted to make a video real quick. This video is another whiteboard series, ladies and gentlemen. This is called All the Money. And we hear this phrase all the time about XRP, about all the money. Now, I want to start right here. We see in the middle XRP, as we always know. This is a spoken wheel system, basically. If we were to see XRP placed, as Chris Larson has said, I think it was Ripple Drop 15, as a global supplement to trade. Well, trade would be supply lines. Now, we have seen specifically in World Economic Forum documents where Ethereum and smart contracts and Interledger and Ripple and Corda Settler, R3, have all been mentioned along with others like OneChain and others as interoperable solutions to supply chains and how to incorporate blockchain technology within them. So we see supply chains here. We also know XRP as a decentralized exchange, a built-in exchange on the ledger, has the ability to exchange anything of value. USD, Euro, Franc, Silver, Thai Baht, Gold, Rupee, Pound UK, the Won out of Korea, right? Oil, Japanese yen, you name it. Anything can go through it and come out the other side, whatever is desired. When you think of it, I have another layer here of CBDCs that would interchange through XRP, but could also be its separate private layer between the central banks. In covering the central bank digital currencies, there have been suggested a couple methods of whether they would do central bank digital currencies at a level that the same token would be for retail as the same token would be for the central banks. One of the other proposals is that central banks would have a token or currency or coin that is created for them within their private system, and possibly a central bank digital currency dollar that is created for retail use. We yet to have seen what exactly they're going to do in that regard, and in some cases, maybe some central banks decide to do a different proposal, as opposed to another central bank. We'll have to see. It still remains a question. However, what I want to talk about here is the phrase all the money. Everybody hears, how much can XRP be worth? And they say, well, all the money. How much money is in the world? Because it can exchange and transact all the money. It's absolutely true. But oddly enough, it's not, in my eyes these days, it's not where I see the initial value coming from. Certainly where the utility would come from. The initial value, to me, has to derive from collateral over here under liquidity. Gold, oil, silver, and other assets of value. I believe that it's highly possible that that is exactly what's going on now. That there are massive players like central banks that are compiling and putting together huge amounts of collateral, good assets, right? This is the same thing that was done in the Great Depression after the bank run and the banks were closed for several days. Good collateral was brought together to be able to reopen the 12 Federal Reserve banks. This allowed them to be able to settle every legitimate call that came in once they opened the system again. I do believe we're going to see something very similar like this with XRP in the ledger. I believe, because people would say, well, if they're putting collateral and assets together, how come we don't see that reflected in price of the XRP token already? And I think that's a great question. And I think the reason for that is because we don't yet have that collateral placed on the ledger. Think of this collateral right here as a great big pile of assets. And once they decide, and they may have a specific point that they know they're going to do this, but let's just say for an example, because it may not be 100% right, but let's just say for an example that when they're ready to take advantage of this collateral, the central bank system would take a draw off of the collateral and then possibly be issued either XRP or a stable coin off of XRP. Let's just say that that pile of collateral was $1 trillion. Well, instantly $1 trillion worth of collateral, whether you're issued XRP or a stable coin off of it, would drive the value to a very specific price, a very specific price. And let's say that because they know that collectively this governance or consortium of central banks pulls that $1 trillion off as collateral, they know because of that it is going to force the price of XRP to a very specific amount. By doing that, now that XRP would have a very high and very new value, this would allow the central banks and small businesses, small medium enterprises, different supply chains, cross borders, to begin to take advantage of this settlement system because of that very high value. And they would bring a certain percentage of their utility flows every day for cross border and settlement in through this new system, because they have the headroom to be able to do it because of the collateralization that they just took advantage of. As the system begins to be, I guess, brought on with utility because of the headroom that's been provided by the XRP collateralized price, this utility flow would be obviously every day, all day long, 365, 7 days a week. This utility flow brings a constant flow of water into this pool. That's right. This is the pool. This is the hoses. So when you think of all the money, I think you have to think of the pool, and then you have to think of all the currencies in the world, the supply chains in the world, the settlement between central banks and their system. And you begin to see the cross-border, whether it's through remittance industries or even peer-to-peer or business-to-peer. It doesn't really matter. All of these things are really become hoses that lay in the pool that is collateralized against XRP for either the issuance of XRP or a stable coin off of XRP, driving the price extremely high, allowing more and more utility to enter the new bridged digital path for payment and settlement. What I really see in the macro sense is that if you look here at the bottom, fiat-backed system is collapsing. The government-backed paper dollar is collapsing globally. They may not have all gotten the email, but believe me, They understand that that day is coming. Money that is backed by nothing other than a promise is over. XRP and other digital assets are going to be asset backed, with utility provided as a constant flow of payments. This is how you restore confidence into a monetary system. And if we understand that the bond market is the backbone of any monetary system and its sustainability, I think we know that it looked no further than the fiat system and the collapsing dire straits that the bond market is currently in that backs the fiat system. I believe that this is exactly how they'll begin to restore confidence in the bond market. I believe that if you don't have a bond market, you don't have a monetary system. We have already seen the bond market go to zero, even flash to negative, and just slightly above, which is a huge loss of confidence in the bond market itself. Why would bondholders want to continue to participate in a market that doesn't yield? And how would you begin to restore confidence within a bondholder or someone who wants to participate in the bond market? I feel like the only way to do that is to begin to move to an asset-backed system that is digitized, and tokenized. And by doing so, you can restore the confidence in the backbone of the new financial monetary system. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget, I got a new channel, the Digital Ledger channel. It's going to be fresh content every single day. And believe me, it will be absolute standalone content, pre-recorded videos, no live shows, great stuff. Don't miss it. It will not be duplicate content. If you like the content here or there, make sure you please hit the like and subscribe for me, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.